Okay, folks, these folks on stage here have come all the way up from around Salisbury, North Carolina, Granite Quarry, and they'll going to put you together some old-timey country music, traditional country, and Harry might even thumb-cock the banjo for you after a while, because he's a great thumb-cock and banjo picker. Welcome, Harry and Jeanie West.
Thank you. It's chilly tonight, isn't it? We're here. Our fingers are still a little cold, but we'll get started in a minute.
Instrument's got a little frost on it. We're going to start off with a little bit of Parting Time Has Come. Darling, do you know who loves you? Do you know it's hard you want? I'm lonely without you. Papa, time has come. Take me back to my country, Lady Jeanie down to rest. Place a kiss on my forehead. I'm the boy that loved you best. Darling, do you know who loves you? Do you know whose heart you want? I'm lonely here without you. For our parting time has Don't you see the sunlight setting on the mountain of the sea? Oh, today was a nice Mary, and if my baby lies to me, darling, do you know who loves you? Be mine, whose heart you want? I'm lonely here without you. For our parting time has come.
Parting time. I think we're about to get warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, fingers are kind of cold.
Well, with these bright, warm lights, they should be warming up.
We'll be taking the coats off in a minute. Here's one we used to call Have Feast Here Tonight, and anymore they call it Rabbit in the Log.
There's a rabbit in the log and I ain't got my dog. And when I get in my nose, I'll get me a brother twisted in his hair. Well, that's the way I'll get him, I know. I know.
I know.
I surely know.
I surely know.
Well, that's the way I'll get him, I know.
Oh, I'll get me a bride I
Twisted in his hair, and that's the way I'll get him, I know. Woo! bed, then I'll find me a place to lie down. To lie down,
To lie down,
to lie down,
lie down.
find me a place to lie down. Have a feast here tonight while the moon's shining bright, then I'll find me a place to lie down. I'm going down the track, my coat's upon my back. Well, the soles of my shoes are newly gone. Up a little ways ahead, there's a farmer's shed. Well, that's where I rest my weary bones. Weary bones,
Lazy bone,
lazy bones.
my weary bone.
Yes, that's where I rest my weary bones. Up a little ways ahead, there's a farmer's shed.
That's where I rest my weary bone.
Well, howdy, 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 howdy. Well, let's see. I think I'll introduce the best-looking one first. Well, that's hard to do, so I think I'll introduce the ugliest one. No, I'm not going to. Oh. These two folks in the middle here, we'd like to kind of introduce them to you. They kind of help pioneer the old time and bluegrass music over the years, and they two of the greatest, I think. We'll introduce them first, and then let Harry or Jeanie introduce the other guys. Give a big welcome to Harry and Jeanie West, would you, from Raleigh Train, North Carolina.
Thank you, thank you. We got two curly-headed fellas here. The one on the left is Dewey Farmer.
Thank you, thank you.
He's pretty well known around where we live and over in Kannapolis, where he lives. And, well, he's lately been playing with the Strings of Five, which is an old band they reorganized, revived, revitalized, whatever. You can tell them about it a little bit, Dewey. Okay, and the other young man, Wayne, is our banjo picker and repairman at the store. Wayne will tell you a little bit about his activities, I guess, and his setting up banjos around where we are, right? Yeah, and he's playing his favorite banjo here. What have you got there, Wayne? Rich and Taylor, which is a relatively new brand. It's very much like an old Gibson. We got them at the store, and well, as you probably know, we run a shop in Granite Quarry, and you're welcome to see us. And maybe we'll leave some cards outside. Anything else?
That's about it.
That's about it.
Fine banjo, come and see me down at Harry's.
Okay, see Wayne and Harry and Jeanie's, and if you need a banjo set up, he'll set it up for you. We got lots of mandolins, banjos, dobros, bass fiddles, etc. Okay, we're gonna get in key of G.
Fingers warmed up enough for Carroll County?
No,
Okay.
no.
Some old day. He's good at
Jeanie
this.
says never stop.
I've been working all in the rain, tied to a dirty old ball and chain. Oh dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some sweet day that turned me loose from this dirty old calaboose. Oh dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some old day, you wait for me and pray. Oh dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some sweet day they'll turn me loose from this dirty old calaboose.
old days. Oh, dear mother, I've hurt you so. I've been cruel to you, I know. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Tell my brother, my sister, and dad. Tell those dear friends that I had. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some old day. You wait for me and pray. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day. Some sweet day that turned me loose from this dirty old calaboose. Oh, dear mother, I'll come home some old day.
Some old day. Any dancers here tonight?
Well, after a while. By special request, and I say special request because Frank Bodie said we're not going to have you folks no more. That's why I said it last time, unless you play a little bit of Carroll County Blues, so we'll do it.
Well, we're out of practice. We'll try it. Okay, we're going to change gears here, it looks like. Going up to C. A little bit of one of the real old ballads. Probably hardly anybody out there ever remembers this one. Harry dug it up somewhere.
Anybody this old. This goes back to days of old when nights were bold. Jimmy Randall.
Where have you been, Jimmy Randall, my son? Where have you been, my handsome young one? I've been to my true love, mama. I've been to my true love, mama. What did you eat, Jimmy Randall, my son? What did you eat, my handsome young one? Fried eels and onions, mama. Fried eels and onions, mama. Make my bed soon, mama. From sick to my heart. Feed you poison, Jimmy Randall, my son. I'm feed you poison, my handsome young one. I'm poison, mama. I'm poison, mama. Make my bed soon, mama. I'm sick to my heart.
Jimmy Randall.
We've got a little trio worked out with Dewey, gospel song. Wait a little longer, please, Jesus. Honey, let me have a little of that.
You can't have none of this. It's white lightning.
That's catnip.
We've all had throat problems and... Anybody else?
It's actually hot up here.
Pass around the bottle and we'll all have a drink. Wait a little longer, please, Jesus. Turn around.
No, the whole thing, I think.
And the workers are so tired, and the weary hearts are yearning for rest. We find we're getting anxious to be in that happy land, where we'll receive such peace and happiness.
But wait a little longer, please, Jesus. There's so many is still wondering out his end. Just a little longer, please, Jesus. A few more days to get our loved ones in.
We scattered here and there, but our Lord, we left him dear, and maybe we can help them find a way. If waiting is a cold, they might not be low, for that's the only reason why we say.
But wait a little longer, please, Jesus. There's so many are still wondering out his sin. Just a little longer, please, Jesus. A few more days to get our loved ones in.
Looking to the sky and tears may fill her eyes, but our burdened hearts grow heavy with each each day. First you cry, oh Lord, please come and take your children home. And then we'll go around us and we say,
but wait a little longer, please Jesus. There's so many are still wandering out at sea. Just a little longer, please Jesus. A few more days to get our loved ones in.
wait a little longer. Why don't we do Methodist blues and then we go for the banjo?
Okay.
We're gonna, since we're in this gear anyway, do a little peppy one.
Little Natural Bridge Blues.
If there's anybody that-
Natural Bridge is up near Lexington, Virginia. And they build a wall all around it so you can't see it unless you pay admission. Anyway,
Any dancers? Come on up. Do the bunny hop. Do the flat foot. Do your thing. Come on. That's bread. I think I broke my pick on that one.
You broke your pick.
Yeah.
Is that a Harry West? That's not a Harry West pick. You'd have never broke that. You must have bought that in another music store.
One of them cheapos. Where's Harry gone? Oh, he's gone to get the banjo. All right, let's see what we're going to do. Let me take some more Mountain Dew here and clear my throat.
That smells powerful. I don't even have to drink that stuff. Just burned all the hairs out of my nose. That's strong.
Look out there in the back. Is that the shoes? That looks like Terry's shoe and Southern Junction.
Bubba.
Yeah, come on in, Southern Junction. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we're gonna let Harry get in the key of D and two different styles of banjo here. He plays old-timey and Wayne is very blue, right, new grass. What are we gonna do?
We're going to do
Well, we'll try
the
to do
battle
it.
hymn of the battle hymn of Mount Airy, which is
we'll
a
try.
poor Ellen Smith, a true ballad, something that occurred somewhere up in this area. Poor Ellen Smith.
Well, Ellen Smith, see if I remember it. Start it off. Poor Ellen Smith, where she was found, shot through the heart, lying cold on the ground. Her clothes were scattered and thrown on the ground. The blood marked the spot where poor Ellen was found. Oh, pick it. They picked up her body, they carried it away, and there she is sleeping in some lonesome old grave. They picked up her rifle, they hunted me down, they found me loafing all around Mount Airy town. Today, the flowers on her grave, they've all faded away. Someday I'll go home and stay when I go on poor Ellen's grave. Pretty flowers are sold. Soon I'd be free to go to the graveside neath that old willow tree. My days in the prison or ending at last, I'll never be free from my sins of the past. Poor little Ellen. Thank you, thank you. Harry either always breaks a string or gets out of tune, or he's the problem of the group, I'll tell you. Why don't we do a little bit of instrumentally Raleigh Train? Raleigh Train. Dewey, what's next?
I don't know. I've been smelling so much of that paint remover you're drinking there.
I know I'm going to take off here and do a jig in a minute.
Okay, now here's one that sounds like it ain't been tea Jeanie's been drinking, but tea is all it is, honest.
Oh, he's lying.
Hop along, Peter.
Well, I don't know if I remember the words today or not. Hop along.
Hop along.
Try it. We'll try anything once. Mother Hubbard and her dog were Dutch. Had a balloon cooker and he hobbled on the crutch. He didn't chew tobacco and the ducks drank wine. Who sprayed the mill on the pumpkin vine? Hop along, Peter, read wine. Hop along, Peter, read wine. Hop along, Peter, won't you bear in mind? I ain't coming back to the gooseberry vine. Barnyard playing 7-Up with the old tomcat and the little leopard pup. Oh, Mother Hubbard, we're a picking out the flea, rooster in the cream jar up to his knee. Hop along, Peter, read wine. Hop along, Peter, read wine. Hop along, Peter, won't you bear in mind? I ain't coming back to the gooseberry vine. Peter, he got tied. Started to heaven, was a stormy night. The road was rough, he not well. He lost his way and he went to hop along, Peter, where you going? Hop along, Peter, where you going? Hop along, Peter, won't you bear in mind? I ain't coming back to the gooseberry vine. Got a sweet gal in this here town. She weighs an ounce, she weighs 700 pounds. Every time the sweet girl turn once around, he'll her shoe makes a hole in the ground. Hop along, Peter, where you going? Hop along, Peter, where you going? Hop along, Peter, won't you bear in mind? I ain't coming back to the gooseberry vine. Hop along. What about,
Little Pink.
I got a holler on that one. Want a slug? Well, that good old Mountain Dew. So dark and cloudy, every time I see my girl, I always tell her howdy. Fly around my pretty little feet, fly around my daisy, fly around my pretty little feet, you almost drive me crazy. Get it, Harry. That road looks dark and
cloudy. Every time I see my girl, I always tell her howdy. Fly around my pretty little pink, fly around that daisy, fly around my pretty little pink, almost drive me crazy.
What is that? Well, that might do the trick, might be.
Okay, I guess y'all heard that.
Homemade molasses. How much? $5 a half a quart.
No more. Just
You can't go wrong. Pick it up on your way out. That might help my laryngitis, mightn't it?
Jeanie and I worked for Bascom Lamar Lunsford for some 20 years, and that's sort of giving our age away, but then we stayed away for umpteen, well, actually more.
Speak for
years.
yourself, Harry.
Well, Bascom wouldn't let us use a mandolin or anything for a long time, felt it was not a traditional enough instrument for his show. And his favorite number, before he'd even say, "What are you going to do?" he'd answer his own question. Jeanie, do what? Do what?
Do what? Do what? Do what? Keep my skillet good and greasy.
Answer. Keep my skillet good.
We'll try it. I hope I get through it. Is that banjo tune? I don't know. I think we're all out of tune. Sifted everywhere, keep my skill good and greasy all the time, time. Keep my skill good and greasy all the time. Well, there's chickens in my pack and my hound dog on my track. I'm headed for my good old Shaney home, home, home. I'm headed for my good old Shaney home. If they follow me to the door, I'll pitch 'em under the floor. Keep my skill good and greasy all the time, time. Keep my skill good and greasy all the time. I'm going up in the hill to get a jug of brandy. Give it all to Mandy, keep her good and drunk and woozy all the time, time. Keep her good drunk and woozy all the time. Up in the hill, we got a jug of brandy. Give it all to Mandy, keep her good and drunk and woozy all the time, time. Keep her good and drunk and woozy all the time. Skill good. Two more, boy. Time goes fast when you're having fun up here. We came in here, we were cold. Our fingers wouldn't move, because we just got in here at the last minute. But I'll tell you, these lights warm you up.
No, it's not the lights that warmed you up.
Okay, dude.
All right, we're going to sneak in a quick plug while Harry's getting the mandolin here. If you're ever down Salisbury Way, come over to Granite Quarry to Harry and Jeannie's. They got the biggest music store in probably in North Carolina.